The critical illness works a little bit differently than the cancer plan. Rather than be kind of every doctor visit kind of deal, this, because it's very specific, they do have those per occurrence payments, but there is one lump sum benefit paid directly upon diagnosis there. Again, there's a high option and a low option here. So that's going to be the difference between what is paid out and also the premium. And again, your guide goes into a little bit more detail about what those illnesses are and what's covered there. But it does work the same way. That again is going to come directly to you. And then you also have the group accident. This is really good if anybody has kids because they fall. They break things, they twist things, sometimes spouses. This works the same way. Low plan and high plan are available. What happens here is if there's a dislocation, a fracture, anything that can be qualified as an accident. I shut the trunk, putting my child's stroller in it on my shoulder by myself with no help, but it was qualified as an accident because I didn't intentionally do it. So I paid $150 at urgent care for them to tell me that that was not the smartest thing I've ever done. And then Allstate turned around and handed me $300 for an urgent care visit. So that was kind of nice. Pride was hurt, but my wallet looked great. So this works the same way. They cover a lot more because accidents there's a wide variety of them. So this policy is more of a, rather than more of a safety net, I guess you would say, rather than the cancer or the critical illness. So with this one, you have no limit on the number of claims that you can submit. You can submit 5,000 claims, and if they approve them, they're going to pay them out. Again, this also has that $50 wellness benefit. So if you have all 3 of these policies and you have those 47 kids, you're going to get $50 for every kid that's covered. So this benefit is also portable. You can take this one with you because it is an individual policy. And that is the end of my supplemental benefits soapbox. I really love those. So all of the information provided in the presentation is a summary of your benefits. There are far more details within the policies, so you can review those. And then also here you have the link to State Health, which Angel's going to go over that with you. I just wanted to review one more thing. You can log on, you have it on the back of your booklet, and also I believe it's the second page in your enrollment guide. This is going to show you your benefits portal. It's going to give you how to log in step by step. However, there's also a forgot your login information box, because I guarantee somebody created a username and password, pulled Amara and wrote it down and threw it away and doesn't remember it. So what you're going to do here, it's going to show you everything you need to log in. You also have the opportunity on the very back of your benefits guide, there is an email address there. This is something new that we've implemented, and it's mybenefits@campusbenefits.com. So if someone is out of the office, this keeps us from missing anything. This is a direct link to everyone, and it gets filtered to the appropriate individual. So if you need someone immediately, this is the best way to reach us. You also have a phone number, and if anybody has any questions, feel free to let me know, and I'd be happy to help you out. Yep.
Can you tell me roughly the percentage, if you know, of how many of Gordon County employees use the Medicare Complete?
The Medicare Complete? You'd probably know that number better than I would.
Just had them at meeting.
I know, I didn't know. I'll let you know. I'll look it up. I'll find out real quickly while Angel's going through this. Yeah. I knew it was
Probably somewhere around a quarter of the staff. Somewhere around a quarter of the staff. It was like 200 and something families.
Thank you.
All right, I'm not wearing 6-inch heels. Well, actually I am. Good grief, I'm still shorter than she is. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started on your open enrollment for state health. Open enrollment this year is going to be October 19th through November the 6th. I will email this PowerPoint back out. I don't have a handout for you. Didn't want to waste the paper. So, but I will email this back out to everybody. We do all have to go online this year. However, it is not mandatory. If by the time I get to the end of this presentation, if you don't want to make any changes, you're not adding dependents, you're not dropping dependents, you're not dropping coverage, you're not making any changes at all to tobacco status, anything, then you will be defaulted back into exactly the plan you have this year. Okay? So that's actually good news. When you do go online, make sure that you print out your confirmation. The website is still exactly the same as it was last year. Now, one thing about State Health is they clear out all passwords every 45 days. So unless you've been in there and been working and looking at things, then you're probably going to have to go in and recreate a new password. Your username should still be the same as whatever. However, if you don't remember what either of those are, the red circle there is forgot username or forgot password. It's still always a good idea for me. I personally like to go in and get that confirmation just so that I have proof for the state, even though you don't actually have to go in there if you don't want to. But that will redirect you to go ahead and create a new username and password if you have forgotten that. New hires, I know we had, goodness, Jeff, was it 60 or 80 new hires again this year? We just went through all your benefits, signed you up brand new, but guess what? That was only for 2015. So you do have to go in and do 2016 open enrollment still, so don't forget about that. Also, if you are canceling your insurance, last year I had a food service lady who said, I'm not going online doing my enrollment, I'm canceling it. Well, she had to pay for it an entire year. So if you are canceling your health insurance, you do have to go in and decline that coverage or it's going to default over and roll over with you. One of the new things with State Health this year is they are offering telemedicine. And you're going to sit there and you're going to say, well, wait a minute, I'm paying for telemedicine, because that is a benefit that we added this year. Just some things to think about is the State Health telemedicine is only on video. Your telemedicine now that we offer through the school benefits, you can call them on the phone and you don't have to have a video. State Health telemedicine, you must have a camera or an iPhone or smartphone to use the service. Also, when you use the service, you do not pay a monthly fee for it because it is free. But you do pay a copay that is going to be anywhere from $35 to $45, the best I know right now. I think they can go up depending on if you're in the HRA plan. It's not subject to your deductible, but you do have to, like a co-insurance part that you have to pay. So keep that in mind as well before you say, well, hey, if it's free over here, I'm going to go cancel it over here. Make sure you weigh out the differences before you do that. One of the other changes with State Health this year, and I guess before I get to this slide, I should say, all of the plans with State Health are staying the same. We still have Blue Cross Blue Shield, we still have United Healthcare, we still have the HRA, the high deductible, and the HMO. We do still have Kaiser if you live in one of those 27 counties. And the plans are all exactly the same. The plan design is exactly the same if you look at last year's book versus this year. They kept the plan designs exactly the same. So there are no changes there. One of the changes with the high deductible plan is last year, if you remember, I say, don't look in your book and choose the least expensive plan because sometimes it'll bite you. Well, that's kind of changed this year a little bit. On the high deductible plan, you had that huge family deductible, like if you had a family covered, that you had to meet the entire deductible before they started paying out anything. This year, that has changed. If one individual person, say I had a child that met the $3,500 deductible, it's still a huge deductible, but if that one child meets the $3,500, but I've not met my family $7,000, then they do go ahead and start paying now. So each person meets that deductible, then the plan will start paying instead of having to meet the entire family deductible. So that's a pretty big difference this year. Wellness requirements are exactly the same. And remember, this year you still have, for 2015, you can still earn those credits up until December the 15th. In years past, it kind of cut off mid-year, and then they took it to December 31st, but now we're on December 15th, and in 2016, you will also have until December 15th to go ahead and meet those wellness requirements. The wellness requirements are exactly the same as last year. Still have to go online and do that well-being assessment, and you still have to have that biometric screening. And by the way, anybody who had the biometric screening over at either one of our schools And if you have one of the cancer or the critical illness plans, then they checked your cholesterol that day. So you automatically